Sebastian Ben Martinez, MMA Nut, here with Bryan Caraway, who was here with Miesha Tate for her fight at UFC 183. Bryan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me on.
All right, well now obviously you're here to support Miesha, but let's talk about you a little bit. You're unfortunately coming off you're coming off a loss against Rafael Assunção, a very tough, top-ranked guy, and people usually say that you learn a lot more about yourself when you lose as opposed to when you win. Is that something you agree upon?
Definitely for that fight, for sure. Assunção's on, I think when I fought him on a 6 or 7 fight win streak. He's the last guy to beat the champion, TJ Dillashaw. And to stand there and to mix it up with him like that, barring some injuries and some things like that, it gave me a lot of confidence. I realized what I need to do to be beating those guys that are in the top 5 and what I need to do to get a title shot and to win the belt. I mean, he's got to win over Dillashaw, and I really believe that I could have beat Assunção, and a lot of it comes from your mentality and your belief. And I thought I could catch him possibly and win. I did think I could win, but in the back of my head, I'm like, odds are, this guy's gonna beat Dillashaw. I'm probably gonna have a tough fight and end up losing. And then, I did have a tough fight, and I pushed the pace and I came at him. And afterwards, I was mad at myself. I'm like, dang it, man. If I would have been doing different things in practice, different training, maybe more preventative measures on injuries and things like that, I could have beat him. And now I know what I need to do to be up there and win those fights.
All right, well, are any specifics, any techniques or ways of training that you're changed up now since that fight?
Yeah, I'm just really focusing on my, on my striking. I feel like I have actually good striking in practice, but at fights I'm always successful at taking guys down, beating them up and submitting them, and getting at the high level, the top 10, top 5 guys. It's getting tough to take guys down. I took Assunção down a few times. I think I took him down more than anybody else, but to be able to use that position was tough on these top dudes. They have solid wrestling, solid defense, and I think, if I get a little bit more slick in my striking and, I can mix it up there, the takedowns will come easier, and I'll be able to win those positions and get in better positions off my striking. So the biggest difference is being diligent on training and practicing, working my striking, drilling. I haven't hit mitts for like 4 or 5 years. Like my striking is, let's suit up and I'm going to punch you in the face harder, you're going to punch me, and we're going to spar it out. And but I realized I need to go back to the drawing board, and just like college wrestling, you drill every single day for an hour straight. You drill, you drill, you drill. I never drilled any striking. I would just, go in there and fight people, and I realized I need to sharpen my tools, and under pressure when you're tired, your habits come out, and that's where the drilling comes in. The drilling fixes those bad habits, and that's what needs to happen.
All right, well, you don't have a fight yet, correct?
No, I don't have any upcoming fight booked. I'm trying to rehab my shoulder. I've hurt it for a while. I re-hurt it pretty bad. My right shoulder, I don't know if people notice a lot. I've thrown a million left hooks in my last couple fights. It's because my right rotator cuff's been kind of jacked up. And after just watching these fights, I'm like, man, I am throwing my left a ton. Like I need to get this fixed. It's starting to affect me way too much. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, trying to focus on rehab, and hopefully they'll see me back in late spring, early summer.
And when you finally do return, is there any particular opponent that you want to face that you think might get you right back in the title hunt?
I threw out some names here and there, but honestly, whoever. I think a win's a win. Whether it's a newbie, whether it's a guy who's top 10, a win's a win in the UFC. To beat anybody in the UFC is a great feat. You know what I mean? We're the best of the best in the world, so I don't really care who they throw at me. I'm going to beat whoever they put in front of me, and that's my goal.
Now, it seems that, judging by message boards and comments like that, for some reason you're kind of a fighter that some fans love to hate. Is that something you've noticed?
Well, I definitely noticed that, but, people are going to hate on people who are more successful than them or they're jealous of. And obviously, my girlfriend's Miesha Tate. She's an amazing athlete. She's an amazing woman. We've been together for 8.5 years. She started her MMA career under me, coaching her, and our whole journey kind of exploded together. So people kind of hate on some, what we have is special, and they're just jealous. Every dude that's an MMA fan wants to be with her or a fan of her. So naturally, they hate me on that. So that just means I'm winning. You know what I mean? They're jealous of me. I mean, there's no other way around it. But besides that, they're a fan of her and they love her and they want to be with her. They want her to be single, and I take it with pride. You know what I mean? I like it. It's like the people that hate on me. I love it. They say no publicity is bad, or good or bad, and that's how I'm learning to shift my mindset. It used to really bother me a lot, and I realized, man, these people have never met me. Anybody who's ever actually met me and talked to me a little bit, it's like, man, Bryan's a really good guy, whatever it is. So I don't really even care anymore about that stuff. I realize my name's being talked about. All you haters out there, just giving me more power. Keep talking about my name. Keep me in the forums. Keep me in the loop. Because all it is get me paid more. So thank you.
I'd say that's a perfect note to end it on, Bryan.